Dear students, um, hope all of you are fine in your home and also hope everyone is safe. So basically, actually I'm here to discuss our third module in industrial engineering. Basically, third module basically deals with the method engineering, method study as well as time study, then later performance rating, wages and incentives, etc. So I already shared the detailed note regarding third module in our Google Classroom. Along with that, I already shared another material with the important question and answers related to third module. That's enough for sufficient for your studies. I also shared the NPTEL video lecture regarding the third module, basically deals with the method study, type study, and etc. So I also thought that along with that I will share my presentation as a video with my voice note, which will also help you for further study. So at the first part we will today for the first part we will discuss about the method study. Okay, that will be the first part of the our third module. So what is method study? So before we are discussing about method study, the term we have to be know is work study, which is also called method engineering. Work study is a branch in industrial engineering. Basically, here we analyze all the methods we are doing for what for improving the work we are doing or standardize the method, equipment or working condition. Basically, our intention to increase the productivity by changing the existing way of doing, by standardizing the existing way of doing, by changing the layout, changing the working condition, etc. Basically, the work study have two components. The first one is method study and second one is work measurement. What is method study? In method study, systematically recording and a critical examination of existing and proposed way of doing work. Actually, we are studying how we are doing now, how we will do the present work. So actually we will try to understand what we are doing now, and also we will try to understand what will be the best way of doing the present work. So there can be a difference between the actual work and also the proposed standard one. So that will be the area of improvement. And so usually we will do method study through motion study, and the second part is work measurement. Work measurement deals with the time study, how the time taken, we will measure the time takes for doing each and every aspect of work. The basic intention while doing the method study is increasing the productivity. Basically, our objective is to increase the productivity. So, the method study, while we are doing the method study, the first thing we have to be come into our mind is actually we will try to optimize the present doing of work. Actually, we will try to optimize the work we are doing. The optimization one, and second thing we have to be understand is actually we will try to break down the operations. We will try to break down the entire job into small operations, and we will try to remove the non-value added components. We will only keep the value added components. We will eliminate the unnecessary operations. So basically, if you want to give a definition of method study, it's systematic recording and examination of existing method of doing work and developing more effective methods. We will study what we are the method we are doing now, and also we will check that which is the area of improvement. So what are the objectives of method study? For what purpose we are doing the method study? The first one is standardizing the best method. Actually, we will try to eliminate the non-value added or ill-directed motions, and we need the best way of doing one. Second, improvement in the layout. Actually, there should be always scope of improvement in the layout before while having a improvement in the layout. Develop a better layout by establishing methods involving smooth and continuous flow of material. Actually, we will ensure that a continuous flow is there by changing the stoppage between the motions. And also we will ensure that the work environment will be safe by doing the best way of doing. The fourth one is effective utilization of resources. We will try to ensure that we will utilize the man, material, machinery, etc. in a very effective way. And The last one can be efficient material handling. Also, we will ensure that the material movement, the material handling, etc., will be in a smoother way. So these are the objectives or goal of method study. Okay, so while we are doing the method study, we need to know that uh, what is the procedure for doing the method study. Basic procedure for method study. For examination point of view, this is very important. I said these will be the as shown in the slide. These will be the different steps in method study. The first step will be the select. What will mean by the select? Actually, the select is the select the job or process to be studied. We need to fix that which job we are going to select, which job we are going to improve, which method we are going to improve. The select the method. We can select the method, select the job based on many factors. It can be based on economic considerations like which job have more investment we have to be select, or it can be based on technological consideration, or it can be based on human consideration. If you want to improve the working condition, we also want to consider the human consideration. The first step is select the job which we are going to improve. Second thing, record. Actually, the second step is record. Through the record, it means that we will collect the all informations related with that job. We will collect all type of information. Basically, after we collected all type of information, we will display into some forms. Usually, we will use the charts. We will discuss what are different types of chart we will use, and also it can be also used diagrams. So record can be used as a the collection of data. Third step is examine. Here we will study the operation in a critical manner. We will look in the operations in a very critical manner, and we will find which is the area of improvement. That is the examine. And fourth step is develop. Develop will be the maybe a suggestion of an alternative way of doing. But it can be, the suggestion should be practical, it should be safe, it should be effective, economical, etc. We will suggest a new method, and we will try to define in terms of a way of doing. While we are suggesting a new method, we have to define it in a proper way, right? The way of doing. And another step is install. We will install the new alternative we have suggested, and we will try to study the improvement we got. If it's the new method is better than the older one, we will try to maintain. So these will be the steps in method study. For the examination point of view, the procedure of method study is very important. So what are the recording techniques we are using? I said after selecting the job which we need to improve, we need to record it, right? We need to collect the whole data related with that job in a proper way. Usually two things we are used for recording. One will be charts, another will be diagrams. Okay, the first way of recording is using a charts. Second way of recording is using different diagrams. So what are the different charts we are using in method study? Usually it can be micro motion charts or macro motion charts. We will look into detail, but basically we will give more weightage to macro motion chart. That will be more common in any industry. And there are many type of macro motion charts are there, like operation process chart, flow process chart, two-handed process chart, multiple activity chart, etc. We will discuss each chart in detail. So before we are moving to chart, we need to know what are the basic operations, basic symbols we are used in chart. While we are preparing a chart, we know that we can't write much wordings there. We need symbols. So what are the basic symbols usually we are using? Basic symbols are six. There are six basic symbols are there which used in any type of chart. These symbols are common in every work. So what are the basic six symbols? The first one is operation. Usually operation is denoted by this symbol, operation. through a round circle operation. What will mean operation? Any activity we are doing in an industry, usually we are calling it operation. It can be turning, it can be drilling, it can be milling, whatever the operations of we are doing, we are represented by the symbol operation. Second commonly used operation is inspection. As we know that it's used by a triangle. So basically, inspection is one of the most important activity doing in any industry, right? So inspection is another symbol we need. Third is transportation. We know that there are many movements are there in the industry. It can be movement from one workstation to another. It can be movement from storage to workstation. It can be movement from the workstation to the final assembly, whatever it may be. So we also need a symbol for transportation. Another commonly used symbol is delay. Delay. We know that we will meet many delays in operation. One example we can say is that if an operation reaches to a workstation, maybe if some another operation is already, that machine is already engaged, that material has to be wait. That is called delay. It can be work waiting between consecutive operation, workers waiting a tool, crips, whatever. It can be the operators waiting for the instruction from the supervisors. There are many delay can be there. So that can be delay. Final can be storage. As we know that we need to store the material. It can be the storage of cutting tool. It can be storage of material. It can be storage of finished good. So these are the basic symbols used in any type of chart. Apart from chart, there are two other symbols are there, which is not the basic symbols. These two symbols are, the first one is inspection cum operation. In many scenarios, in the industry where both the operations will come together, inspection as well as operation. Both inspection and operation occur simultaneously. Like we are powdering a milk being weighted at its filled. We need to measure the weight of the milk. We will fill the milk at the same time we are measuring the weight. So inspection come operation. Second one is operation come transportation. We will have the both things together, operation as well as transportation. Very commonly known example is assembly line, where the material is moving as well as doing some type of operation. Consider an example of a car. The car parts are moving in a relay, in a conveyor. That time the painting is going on. So two things are there. The materials are moving through a conveyor as well as painting. Operation come transportation. These two are the another operation charts we are using. So these 5 plus 7 are the basic operations usually used. You will see in any type of charts which you do in a common way. Okay, so we will in fast we will look into the different types of process chart which commonly used in industry. The first operation chart is usually is called operation process chart or outline process chart. Two names are the operation process chart, or that chart is also called outline process chart. The intention of this type of operation process chart is giving a bird view eye of all process. By looking at the operation process chart, we will get a clear idea that which all the operations have the what will be the flow of material. Actually it will give a overall view, a quick idea of entire process from beginning to end. So in operations process chart, things you to be remember is we will use only two symbols here. One is the operation, another one is inspection. In operation process chart we will use only two symbols. One is operation as well as inspection. So basically this chart does not show the where the work is going on. Is there any delay between the works? Is the inspection, is the transportation is going between one workstation to another? Nothing is there. We will only look into the operation as well as inspection chart. Usually it's given by a vertical line by using the things other. So this will be an example for operation process chart. Look into the figure. It's an example of an operation process chart of a manufacturing of a pipe clamping assembly. So usually in the the right end will give you the operation sequence. The first operation will have a operation number 1. The last operation will have the operation according to the operate from the first one will be the first operation, last one will be the last operation. Okay, usually while we are denoting an operation and with an operation number, the right into the right part we will write the details of operation. Look in the figure. For operation 1, it will be the cut to length, and left part we will write the time taken for that. For here it takes 0.1 minutes or second, whatever. So for operation 8, the operation 8 is the turning. It takes 0.3, like we will represent. And usually the left part will give the sub assembly, and the right part will give the main assembly, as shown here. The 1, 2, 3, 4 are main assembly, and before 6 and 7 a sub assembly is joining. Before between 7 and 12 another sub assembly is joining, like that. Right part is the main assembly, left part will be the sub assembly. Okay, so while we are looking to the figure, we will get an exact idea of that, which all operations are carried out for this year. It will give a bird eye view. The end part will give a summary, how much operations are there, how much time it takes, and how much inspection activities are there, and how much time it takes. This will be the one of the commonly used chart in any industry. This chart is called operation process chart or outline process chart. Hope is clear. We will move to another chart, second chart, that is flow process chart. Flow process chart. Actually, flow process chart is the amplification of the operation chart we explained before. In flow process chart is a complete chart which gives sequence of flow from the basic operation to end. It gives all things like operation, inspection, storage, delay, transportation, all operations together. While we are looking at the flow process chart, we will get a clear idea that how much operations are there, how much time takes for operation, how much in between the which all storages are there, where the materials are stored, like a delay, is there a delay is there, is the inspection is there, is there transportation is there, like we will get a clear like idea is there. So usually the flow process chart is constructed for different purpose. A flow process chart can be constructed for material type, like it's a process chart of a material, how the material is moving. The flow process chart can be prepared for man type, how the workers are moving. The flow process chart can also prepare for equipment, how equipments are using. So three types can be the material type, man type, as well as equipment type. So the man type will give the will record the activities in operator. Material type records what happened to material, and equipment chart records how the equipment is used. Hope it's clear. Man type will give about the worker, material type will give about the material, and equipment will give about information about the equipment usage. So this will be an example for man type as well as material type. Look into the figure. The left part will be the chart of man type, and the right part will be the chart of a material type. So in man type chart, look in the first operation, the man goes to inspection part for receiving. So the first operation will be a transportation. Interesting, right? Then it's moved to locate the components, an operation. Then pick the components, another operation. Then it goes to inspection department, like that. What the all operations of a worker is recording. For material type, what will happen to material? The material is waiting for arrival of man. Then it moves to inspection department, set on bench, like that. While seeing the material type chart, we will get that the flow of material. So a flow process chart is another major type of chart which commonly used in any industry. Look at this figure. It's one of the real figure I got from the net. How the flow process chart are prepared for a worker. So from the how the materials are moving from stores to turning, then inspection, then delay, then milling, transportation, filing, final inspection, like the how the operations are moving, how much time it takes, the distance, the movement, like that. If we look in the figure, the SL number 2 is a transport late. So how much distance is moving? Fifth one is transportation. How much distance is moving? Like the time, distance. This is a real flow process chart prepared in an industry. So that will be the second type of chart. Third type of chart is another interesting chart called two-hand process chart. Two-hand process chart. Actually, two-hand process chart is a chart used to locate how an operator is working. Actually, is given information about the activities of a worker by two-hand process chart. It has two components. One component will give the activities of a right hand, another chart will give the activities of the left hand. So by looking at the two-hand process chart, we can clearly say that which all things the worker is doing, and which for which operation is doing right hand, which operation is doing is left hand, how we can have a chance of improvement is there. Basically, it is also called operator activity chart. Like that, we will get a detailed information. Look into the figure. The movement of left hand, raised to the bolt, both hands are raised into the bolt, then grasp the bolt, carry. The third, look in the third figure. The third one, the left hand is holding the bolt. That time, right hand is placed the nut. like that, we will get a detailed information. Either he is using both hands or not. Which hand is more using? Is there any chance of improvement is there by using both hands? So like that, we will get a detailed information. So this will be an example of the two-hand process chart. This will be a real figure of a process chart which prepared for an industry. So this will be the first part of our presentation. This will be an example how the industry is filled for a worker called Manohar, right? The operation is fixing a screw assembly. How his left hand is moved, how his right hand is moved. So this will be our first part. Then we will move to a second part while discussing the diagrams as well as the another details like the micro motion study, etc. The first part is, hope the first part is clear for you. Thank you.